Hello, everyone. This is Victoria Mattia. I hope that you are having an awesome day. And thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time, I hope that you enjoy this episode. And if you love coming back every week to these episodes, thank you so much for coming back. So this is the Mom Care Coach, and I'm Victoria Mattia. I'm your host, and today we are talking about movement again. So our one big idea is that you can win with a movement. So today, for our title, is that my top 3 easy wins when it comes to movement. And the reason why is because, different seasons of life will allow us to have different success in different areas of our life. In different seasons, when there's hard seasons, we have to be able to have simple go-tos that are not overtaxing, that are not overwhelming, that can still easily, seamlessly fit into our schedule. And so that is what we are talking about today. So the first one, when it talks about easy wins when it comes to movement, we're going to talk about stretching. So the reason why I love stretching is because you can do that without any equipment. You don't have to wait till you go to the gym. You don't have to wait till you have the perfect workout clothes and shoes. You can do it with the kids around. You don't have to wait until you have the kids in care or respite or anything. And so it can become an easy win that you can look forward to every day. And you can still do it on really tough days. So let's take a look at how that could work. You can set a goal for yourself that every day you're going to do stretching. And you're going to do it before breakfast. You can do it twice a day. And you can create routine stacks that will help you. So for instance, maybe you get up, you brush your teeth, you get washed up, and then you do 5 or 10 minutes of stretching. That way you know it's already on the list and it's a routine stack. So it's something that you do every day when you're ready to do your movement. And so it isn't something that you're going to have to go out of your way to remember. And it is something that, you brush your teeth, you get dressed, you do all the things every day. So, if your planner isn't right in front of you and you are new to planning and new to organization, then it's something that is easy for you to remember, which is so important. Also, another opportunity for stretching can be right before you get in bed. So as you're doing your nighttime routine, you turn off the light, your blue light, so that would be your screens, your TV, your laptop, your smartphone, all the things, at least an hour before you're wanting to be in bed. And then you get ready, you put on your PJs, all the things. And then, before you get in bed, you do 5 or 10 minutes of stretching. So even if you forget and you're about to get in bed and you have one leg in and one arm and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, I forgot. I have not done my stretching yet. Then that little tiny tweak to a routine stack can be really, really helpful. And it can become easy for you to remember. Okay, so remember, these 4 intentional needs, sleep, mindset, movement, and nutrition, should be able to be, it's our foundation. So it should be able to easily go into our schedules on a daily basis. And it can be something that you can easily do without a lot of mental power of remembering. Okay. Number two is walking after meals. It is a favorite of mine because, again, it's an easy win. I can walk with my kids and I can do that after each meal if I choose. Like if you work from home, it may be easier for you to walk right after a meal. But often, even if you work in person, there is a time that you have a lunchtime, right? And you can kind of just have that as a part of your lunchtime. So let's say if you have a 30-minute lunch, the first 15 minutes you are eating your lunch, and the last 15 minutes you're actually taking a walk. So that's like a simple tweak that you can think about on adding to your day. And so that lets you know, there's so much research now about walking after meals, especially helping us to stay within appropriate glucose levels, helping our bodies to become more insulin sensitive. So walking after meals is very much well researched, and it can be very, very helpful to add into your day. Now, of course, if you work from home, you can direct that to make it easier for you as well. And if the afternoons are too busy, you could do it twice a day, like right after breakfast for 10 minutes around your neighborhood or whatever, and then 10 minutes after dinner. These little tweaks can make such a difference. Okay, so number 3, and this for me was the biggest when I was going on my movement journey several years back, and I wanted to lose a few pounds. I wanted to work on having more energy, so I wanted to kind of trim up. And what I did was lift heavy weights. And when I say lift heavy weights, they need to be heavy for you. So everybody's different. So that's number 1. And then number 2 about it is that when you're lifting heavy weights and they're heavy for you, you can't do tons of reps, right? I'm talking like 5 to 7 reps each time you do it. Like if you're lifting weights for, your legs or your arms or whatever, 7 reps can be max for, depending on what kind of exercises you're doing when it comes to the heavy weights. It's amazing. And I received so much results so quickly. Now, number 1, everybody is different. Number 2, feel free to consult with your where you receive your medical advice from your DC or MD or whoever you speak to for that. However, most doctors do not have a problem with you adding a little bit of exercise. And so, you do what you need to do to make that work for you. But lifting heavy weights is really, really powerful. And so I honestly started out just doing no more than 7 reps on each arm. And then I did Pilates for like my lower body. And then I would add a little bit of weights with that as well. But I received, what I was doing it for was for energy. And I was doing it, as I said, to trim up. And what was really amazing, it also helps with muscle mass, and you can Google that. So as we age, we need to make sure that we are aware that we do not have lots of bone loss and muscle loss. And I've seen mixed reviews. Some doctors say that it is inevitable, as we get much, much older, that a little bit is going to happen. But it is possible with lifestyle choices that we can make sure that it's not significant and it is not quick. So, and that of course comes from different kinds of movement that you choose to do, as well as food, as well as how you're protecting your mental health. So, I hope that this episode has blessed you, and feel free to let me know anything in the comments or email me if you have questions. I have some new health bundles if you are looking for a really awesome natural-based skincare. Our skin is our largest organ, and it takes only 26 seconds to get to all of our organs. So what we put on our face and our body is really important to make sure that it is something that is clean and it's not filled with all kinds of toxins and chemicals. And the brand that I represent when it comes to skincare is really amazing, because they have over 2,000 ingredients on their not allowed list. Here in America, we only ban 14 ingredients. We generally go by the European Union standards with this brand that I represent, and they ban over 1,200 chemicals. But this particular brand, it goes above and beyond, over 2,000. This is amazing. So if you would like to hear more about it, please do not forget, I'm just an email away. I hope that you have a fantastic day. And of course, as always, please do take good care. Goodbye.